Hey, shalom, shalom. Back again with another quick exhortation. I pray and hope that Lord willing is edifying to you. Hopefully, like Aki and Akwaf out there. First and foremost, as always, giving all praise, glory, and honor to the true, holy, and powerful names of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, the Most High Power of Israel, whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. Real names in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well to correct doctrines and exhortations of the heavenly scriptures. Peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect Akim, that's out there teaching his word in all true faith and sincerity and fear of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and as well you few sincere Akwaf, our sisters that come across this video. Shalom. All right, real quick, I just want to get into this lesson. All right, as you see the title, the final exam is coming. All right, the final exam is coming. And what I mean by that is referring to that time of Jacob's trouble, all right, that we're actually currently in, right? But the height of it, the climax of it, we haven't reached that yet, all right? But we're definitely getting close to it, okay? And just as you have in school, a final exam, all right, at the end of the year, as a culmination of all the tests that you took throughout the year, the different classes and courses that you took, it's all compiled into one, all right? That's how it's going to be when it comes down to this Jacob's trouble. All right. So we're gonna have to utilize all the tools that we have learned. All right. Over the years of being in this truth, and our faith, to Lord willing pass that test, man, with flying colors. All right. And matter of fact, let me just get that term real quick. I believe I still got it pulled up here. All right. When you look it up in the Wiktionary, final exam, it says a test given at the end of a period of a course work to determine whether the student has adequately learned the material covered in that period. Okay, and that's what it's going to do. All right, it's going to test whether or not we adequately learned. All right, and understand, this truth, uh, uh, um, and Lord willing, the Spirit be upon us to demonstrate that, our fear and faith in Yahweh Bashmi Shai. All right, because we see what's going on, man. We know that it's coming down to the wire, all right, in which they're going to introduce that CBDC currency, which is going to lead to the MARK, the beast spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter, in which you're not going to be able to buy or sell, all right, or participate in society in any form or fashion unless you have that digital RFID tag, that grain of rice embedded surgically within your skin, your right hand or your forehead. Okay, it's not a spiritual mark or anything of that sort. All right, it's not the mark of sin or nothing like that. All right, the only thing that makes sense is for it to be a physical, branding, if you will. All right, a physical thing. All right, because it applies to buying and selling, man, which is a physical act that you have to do. All right. So, these got guys out there that scoff against that, but we'll see when that time comes. All right. And as you see here, I compiled a list of precepts that I just want to go into. All right, we're just gonna go right into it. First one being, all right, here in Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. That's the reason why it says in Revelation the 13th chapter that he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. Okay, because it's going to encompass the whole world. All right, every nation on planet Earth is transferring over to CBDC, man. All right, because it's all the will of the Lord. It's all prophecy, and the word of the Lord must come to pass, man. All right. So it's saying that it shall come upon the world to try them. Okay. So that's what it is, man. It's a trial period. Matter of fact, let's look at this word temptation real quick.
Strong's G 3986. Pyrosmas. Pyrosmas.
It says an experiment, an attempt, trial, proving, all right, like a final exam, all right. It says a trial proving the trial of you by the bodily condition, since conditions serve as a test of the love of the Galatians towards Paul. Yeah, man, you know, certain bodily conditions that we may be under in that time, you know, may not know where the next meal gonna come from. The Lord might put us through a test of, you know, not fasting, you know. What else? You know, bodily conditions, man, just being uncomfortable, all right, being on the run, being, you know, scared or whatever, you know, it's things of that nature gonna be going on, man. All right, it's gonna be a mental test, all right. Satan, you know, Satan gonna be ramping up. It says a trial of a man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, consistency. All right, and that's ultimately what it's gonna come down to, man. Your integrity and virtue is gonna be tested. All right, because you're gonna have the option of saying yay or nay to the MARK, the beast, man. All right, it ain't gonna be something where they just hold you down and, you know, a bunch of, you know, doctors is hovering over you and they all holding you down and forcing it in you, injecting it in you. No, it's gonna be whether or not you say yes or no to it. All right, under the penalty of death if you say no. All right, but also even a worse death if you say yeah to it via that nuclear destruction. You see, and also say about a grievous sword that shall come upon those that took it. All right, whatever that is. You see, so it is ultimately, you know, the death for not taking it is better than for taking it. It says the enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from desires or from the outward circumstances, right? You know, the outward circumstances in the world is going to be that of which, you know, you ain't be able to eat. All right, you ain't gonna be able to go into a grocery store and get groceries. All right, you pretty much gonna be an outcast of society, man. You're gonna have to go on the black market to find everything, man. You know, and for us at the Hope for the Elect, we just gonna have to rely upon the Lord. You see, but this is the kind of condition that they're gonna place the world in, all right, to cause them to take it. All right, and eventually it's gonna go into this all out. Hey, you don't take it, you die. All right. You see, so, and that's the ultimate sin, man. That's the ultimate enticement to sin. You see, that's like one of the, you know, that's a grievous sin. It says of the temptation by which the devil sought to divert Yahushua Mashiach from his divine errand. You know, yeah, we know Yahushua, he was tempted of Satan. You know, after he had fasted for 40 days, no doubt he was hungry. You know, and Satan was like, "Hey, make these stones bread." You know, and Yahushua would always respond to that temptation with the scriptures, man. This is why it says in Isaiah 33:6 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You know, Yahushua, he had that wisdom and knowledge, all right. He was stable-minded in that temptation, man, in that test. You see, and Lord willing, we do the same, man. If we in that same vibration through the Ruach Wadash that Yahushua provides, man, that comforter. Okay. It says of conditions of a condition of a things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin or to lapse from the faith and holiness. Yeah, man. You know, pretty much saying that, you know, the same things: adversity, affliction, trouble, Jacob's trouble. You see, it says sent by the Most High and serving to test or prove one's character, faith, holiness. All right. Ultimately, this is a test sent by the Most High. All right. And if you have that understanding, all right, that provides stability. All right, because you know that ultimately, you know, he's behind it. You see, and what the scriptures say about it, you know, lean upon the Lord and not upon our own understanding, man. All right, we gonna have to rely upon what we've learned over the years in this truth, man. All right, you see, and that was pretty much the point. We ain't gotta read the last one. So yeah, all right. Now let me go to Revelation 2 and 10. This book of Revelation chapter 2 and 10, it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons that you may be tried." Right, man, the devil. All right, chiefly Esau, Edom. All right, the devil going to Diablos in the Greek, meaning deceiver. All right, he's going to cast some of us into prisons, man. You know, FEMA camps, FEMA zones. All right. It said that you may be tried. All right. You know, and it don't necessarily mean that, you know, it's death because you go into a FEMA camp. You know, the Lord is very capable of getting a man out of prison, as we read in the book of Acts, I believe the 12th chapter or the 14th chapter, concerning Peter, um, you know, being broken out of prison, you know. So we know that the Lord is capable of doing that, no doubt. All right. But we got to be at the mindset of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man. You know, when they said to the King Nebuchadnezzar, hey, we believe that our power that we serve is able to deliver us from your fiery furnace. But even if he don't, we're not going to bow down to that image, to that golden image. Okay? And that's the mindset we got to have, man, whether we live or die. You see? Well, continuing on, it says that you may be tried and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Now, it's not necessarily referring to a literal 10 days. It could be more, it could be less, whatever, you know, just a certain amount of time. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, so that's what it comes down to, man. We got to be faithful unto death. All right, you know, stare death in the face, in the face, and say fuck it. You know, Lord willing, hey, we have the Spirit upon us to do so, man. All right, it's easier said than done. All right, Peter even said it before. When Yahushua was going to the cross, he said he was ready to die with Yahushua. All right, but what did he do? He denied him 3 times, man. All right. Granted, it had to happen that way because Yahushua had to go to the cross to die for the nation, okay, for the sins of the nation. All right, but Peter later on, you know, it was said that he died crucified upside down. All right, and this was after the Spirit, when the Lord went into the heavens, he sent down a comforter. All right, so they was, you know, the deaths that the apostles took, they was moved in the Spirit, you know, to do so. All right, so yeah, man, it says, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. So we got to endure into the end so we can receive that crown of life, man. All right. That literal crown that the Lord is going to place upon our heads. All right. And say unto us, enter into the kingdom, thou good and faithful servant, man. Okay. Now going to the book of Daniel. All right. Chapter 12, beginning at verse 1. And look at the title. It says the time of the end. All right. That's the times that we're in right now, the end times. All right, verse 1, it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people. Michael the archangel, all right, is going to literally stand up and fight for the nation of Israel. All right. I forget where it was. I think it was Elijah or Elisha, you know, where it said he opened the eyes of the servant that was with him, and he said that he seen all the chariots that was surrounding them, protecting them. You know, roughly going into that account, you know, and he was like, hey, the chariots of Israel. All right. So the chariots, the so-called UFOs, the vehicles that the angels travel in, all right, they're for the nation of Israel. All right. And they're coming to destroy the wicked, all right, destroy the society, all right, and to deliver the elect wherever they may be scattered throughout the 4 winds of the earth, man. Okay. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was not since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, time of great trouble, man. That never happened before, man. All right, the worst time ever on the planet Earth. All right, you see. So and it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, right, the Lamb's book of life, all right, of that 144,000, you know, and the 1/3, all right. You see, that's going to be gathered throughout all the 4 winds of the earth. All right, Lord willing, we be written within that book. All right, so this is what we're coming into, the great time of trouble. All right, the great time of test. And when you go to Sirach, let's go there. Sirach chapter 2, all right, and verse 5. Matter of fact, no, yeah, let's get right to the point. Sirach 2 and 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, that's what this trial period is likened unto. All right, this final exam is likened unto a fire. All right, that's like that fire, Nebuchadnezzar was threatened to throw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into, man. All right, you see, and what happened when they was thrown in there? All right, and Nebuchadnezzar said, "Hey, I threw 3 men in there, but I look and see 4 men in there." All right, Yahweh, and he said the fourth was likened unto the Son of Man. All right, so Yahweh Shai was in that fire with them. All right, and we're gonna have to understand that, hey, the Lord of Hand forsook us. All right, He's gonna be with us in that trial, in that test. Just because you can't see might not seem like He there at times, but it's all for a test of your faith. Look what happened to Abraham, the father of faith. All right, when he had to sacrifice his son Isaac, he didn't know what that it was going to be a lamb that was there to replace his son for that sacrifice. He just moved in faith. All right, but I'm pretty sure he had in his mind, like, hey, the Lord will bring a sacrifice. Matter of fact, he even said that to Isaac. Isaac was like, I see the altar, but where's the sacrifice? And Abraham was like, hey, the Lord will provide for himself a sacrifice, man. All right, and that's exactly what he did. Okay, so we gotta have faith like that, man. All right. So and it says acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. Gold, silver, precious metals. All right, to purge out that dross, to purify that gold, silver. All right, it has to be constantly dipped in fire, man. All right, and that's what this time of Jacob trouble is about, to purify us. Even now, all right, we're going through a purification process. All right, but the final exam, all right, is when things get intensified. Okay. So from there, let's go to the next precept. 1 Corinthians 3:13. Okay. The book of 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 13. I went to Chronicles, Salakia. 1 Corinthians 3:13. It says, matter of fact, should I start at verse 12? Verse 13. 1 Corinthians 3:13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. All right, and that fire is referring to the time of great tribulation. All right, the time of Jacob trouble. All right, it's going to try every man's work is going to be declared, man. Whether your precious metals or your wood, hay, or stubble. Okay, and we want to come out flying colors, man. All right, as gold, as precious metals, man. Okay, Lord willing. You see, and hey, everybody gonna be tested, man. It's for the whole world. Everybody gonna have to stand on what they believe in. All right, whether you believe in Jesus Christ or Buddha, Allah, whatever you believe in, or you gonna have to stand on that. All right, and we trust and believe in Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, we gonna stand on that. All right, because we know what we believe, man. All right, for salvation is of the Jews, of Israel. All right, the most high power of Israel, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. Okay, He's the only one that can deliver in that fashion, man, in that miraculous fashion. All right, now let's go to Job 23:10. All right, it's the book of Job, chapter 23 and verse 10. It says, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. All right, and consider Job, man. Did he not come forth as gold? Look at the fiery trial that he had to endure. Okay, all the different calamities that came upon him. All right, and he was said to be, a righteous man. All right, a perfect man. In spirit. And the Lord allowed Satan to try him. All right. So, but we consider the latter end of Job. It said it was more blessed than the beginning. All right. That's why the scriptures say, pretty much endurance in the end, that thou may be increased at thy latter end. roughly paraphrasing it. All right, that's back in Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Okay, so we got to consider these things, man. All right, these things were written for our learning. All right, for our admonishment, for us to consider and understand. All right, hey, we gotta walk in that same path of faith, man. All right, that's what it's gonna come down to. Let's get this last precept in Matthew 24 and 13. All right, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. It says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." Now you got the Christians in the church talking about, hooping and hollering, saying that they saved. All right, but they ain't been through nothing, man. The scriptures is saying here, it's like, the scriptures saying here, Matthew 24 and 13, that he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right, we gotta patiently endure, man. All right, whatever we gotta endure until the very end. All right, then will we be saved? Scriptures speak about how the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. All right, somebody's gonna get beamed up, at the last trump when the nukes is dropping. Imagine how terrifying that's gonna be, man. All right, you see. But hey, that's pretty much the point of the lesson, man. Just to maintain faith, consider these things. All right, read up on certain stories concerning faith, man. Read about Elijah, how he was fed, by the ravens, and and how the Lord protected over him. Peter being broken out of prison, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, all right, delivered from the fiery furnace. All right, there's a countless of examples, man. Even Joseph, when he went to prison, the Lord had him protected and gave him favor in there, man. So whatever situation we find ourselves in is nothing new under the sun, man. All right, we just have to maintain our composure through the Spirit. All right, and endure, man. All right, so, and Lord willing, we do that. So, hey, I hope and pray that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you. Hope for the elect Akim or Akwaf out there, and it made sense. Until the next time I say Shalom.